Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing some Halloween tags because it is that time of the year, my favorite time of the year, and I've already found 2 tag videos to do. So this first one I got from my friend Miranda. I'm going to leave her channel link in the description box. This is called the horror movie tag. Alright, so hopefully that's not zoomed in too much. This is the horror movie tag, and I haven't seen this one done by too many people yet, so I'm gonna try and do this quickly so my memory card doesn't fill up. The first question is, what is your favorite horror movie? And that is hard for me to answer because horror is my favorite genre of movie. I love House of a Thousand Corpses. I know so many people give Rob Zombie shit for his movies and say they're crappy and blah blah blah. I love his movies. All of them except for The Lords of Salem. I just could not get into that one. I don't know what it was. I was psyched for it to come out, and then once I saw it I was like, what is even going on in this movie? But all his other movies I love. And then kind of like classic wise, I love the Child's Play movies because I love Chucky. I love A Nightmare on Elm Street because I love Freddy. And then I really love Cabin Fever. I love Eli Roth's movies in general also, but Cabin Fever is just gory and awesome, and I just recently watched the newest one, the Cabin Fever Patient Zero. That one was pretty good. The second one sucked. He didn't have anything to do with the second or third one, I don't believe, but the second one sucked. They were trying to be like too silly with it, and then the third one was better, but the first one will always be the best. Who is your favorite Scream Queen? I'm gonna say Shawnee Smith. She was in the Saw movies. She played Amanda. She was the only one that really came to mind when I was trying to think of an answer to this question, but it's the funniest thing. She was in the movie Summer School, which I for some reason loved when I was a kid, and I started watching horror movies when I was young, probably like 6-7 years old, when I shouldn't have been watching them. Never got scared by anything. For some reason, that scene in Summer School where they were trying to scare the teacher and they all like did special effects makeup and they were all bloody and stuff, and like there was a guy sitting in a bathtub pulling out his guts and stuff. I was petrified of that scene in that movie, and it wasn't even a horror movie. It was so funny to me now thinking back on it. Number 3, what type of horror film do you like? The gorier the better. I just love gory horror films. Like, as long as it's done well. If it's like cheap special effects, it's kind of sucky. What type of horror film do you not like? I don't really like the possession films because they're all alike. Me and Steven went on a kick on Netflix where we were watching like see, I don't even know what the names of them are now. There was like The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and then like The Taking of Someone Else, and they're all the same. Like, one is good, and then oh, what was the other one? The Devil Inside? That was the same kind of storyline. I can't get into those anymore. I've seen too many of them. If you were a Scream Queen in any movie, what would it be? I would be Rose McGowan in Planet Terror because that was just such like a silly badass character. She freaking lost her leg and then stuck a machine gun in there. Who is your favorite horror villain and why? Anybody who knows me knows it's Captain Spaulding. I have like a collection of Captain Spaulding stuff over there. Why? He's funny and creepy at the same time. Like, the things he comes out with in the movies. Like, my favorite line, I think, is in The Devil's Rejects when he tries to take the car from the mother and her kid, and he's like, "What's the matter, kid? Don't you like clowns? Aren't we fucking funny?" I love that scene in that movie. Who is the worst horror villain and why? I'm gonna say Ghostface from Scream because that's the only one that like never freaked me out, and I don't mind the first couple Scream movies. They weren't horrible, but I just, as a horror movie fan, I just was never scared of that that murderer. What is the worst horror film you've seen and why? This was kind of easy to answer, but in a way I liked the movie, but the ending was horrible. There is a movie, and it's still on Hulu. If you have Hulu Plus, go look it up. It's called Bad Meat. It has the kid that was on Smart Guy, and like he was Michelle's best friend on Full House. I can't remember what his name is, but he's in it. It was really gory and gross. It's like these kids that are at a summer, they're either at a summer camp or like a, I saw it so long ago I can't remember what it was. I think it's like it was either a summer camp or like a detention center for bad kids, whatever. They eat like meat that has some kind of virus in it, and all the counselors and stuff start going crazy, and like there's just this massive vomiting scene that's disgusting. But then at the very end, and I looked it up too why this was like that, they ended up running out of money for the budget for the movie, so they just like threw it all together and produced it anyway. But the last like maybe 2 minutes of the movie turned to absolute shit. Like they try to throw everything together to end it, and there's so many unanswered questions. There's still a bunch of people alive that you don't know what happens to. You don't know who the dead person is, that not the dead person, but like I don't want to give away the end of the movie if you haven't seen it, but you don't know any answers to anything, so it was kind of a pointless movie to even complete. In my opinion, like the gore and stuff was good, and they should have waited or like sold it to someone else, because it had the potential to be such a better movie than what it was. What horror film do you think is overrated? What the hell did I write down here? I'm gonna say possession films again, like The Exorcism of Emily Rose and all those movies, and then the ABCs of Death, because that got like I usually look on, what is it, bloodydisgusting.com for news about new horror movies that are coming out and stuff, and that got like rave reviews, and I think there's a second one now, the ABCs of Death too. I had to shut that movie off by like the letter R, I think it was, or was it S? It's basically just a bunch of short films that different directors made, and each film starts with like A is for apple and blah blah blah. That's not what it was, I can't remember what they were, but like there's a couple of Japanese ones in there that are questionable. Like there was one with anything with like a child being raped is just off limits. Like you shouldn't even go there, and that movie fucking disgusted me, so I didn't even finish watching it. What horror film is underrated? I have a couple. VHS, the first one, which again, it's kind of like the ABCs of Death in that there's mini films within it, but the first one, there was a really creepy story about like this girl that turns into a demon or something, and that one creeped me out because she was just, the actress did a really good job because she was creepy. The second, the VHS 2 was pretty good, and then they had VHS Viral, which just sucked. The third one sucked. But I really liked that movie. And then Hatchet, again, that's like a ridiculous series, but the gore was done really well. Just like awesome, gory, disgusting kills. Like, I believe it was the second one, in the first 5 minutes of the movie some guy gets strangled with his own intestines, so I mean, how can you not put that in your list of favorites? And then the Human Centipede movies, those are really disgusting, and the second one is far more disgusting than the first. I haven't seen the third one yet, but the second one is the only movie that's ever made me like, ugh. Like the whole scene with the diarrhea. I'm just gonna say that. If you haven't seen it, that is, it made me ill. Do you like horror spoof movies? Not really. I've seen some of the, like, why am I blurry all of a sudden? I've seen some of the scary movies, not all of them. Some of them are funny. It's just, like, kind of dumb. And what's your favorite horror series? The Child's Play. I can't pick just one, so I'm sorry. The Child's Play series, the Nightmare on Elm Street series, and Saw. Saw is, they had some really good ones and some not so good ones. Like, I did not like Saw 5 at all, but for the most part, I think that's a really well done series. I think that's it. Child's Play, Freddy, and Saw. Because nothing else I love is really a series, they're just single movies. And then name 13 horror villains. So, I'm going to try and do this quickly so my camera doesn't die. Freddy, Jason, Jigsaw. Yeah, I guess he's a villain. Michael Myers, Leatherface, Chucky, Captain Spaulding. Can I do the rest of the people from that movie? Otis, Baby. Shit. See, I'm gonna have to edit now because I can't think of any more. Victor Crowley from the Hatchet movies, so that's 10. Hannibal Lecter, 11. How many did I need? 13. Pennywise from It, and Pinhead from Hellraiser. Shit, my thing's gonna run out now, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to... Oh no, that's not the worst. That's not the end of it yet. Shit. My memory card filled up again, so should be good now. Number 14. What horror scenes have grossed you out the most? I'm going to go back to the Human Centipede 2 again and say the poop scene. That's all I'm gonna say. If you haven't seen it, I won't ruin anything for you. Number 15. What is your favorite music scene in a horror film? I had to think about this one because I just like music in general, and I was trying to think of like a movie that had good music in it. But as far as like a scene, I love the scene in The House of a Thousand Corpses when the cop, Officer Wydell, and one of the missing girls' father goes to the Firefly house, and they have... Is it her father? No, when Otis is gonna shoot the cop in the head in the backyard, and they're just playing like this happy-go-lucky song. I Remember You or something like that. I don't know, it's like an old school song, something my grandma would have listened to, but it's just something about that scene is always like, why did they choose that song for this scene? Just that movie in general, I love the music in it. What is your favorite horror movie soundtrack? Again, House of the Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects, they both have awesome soundtracks. And then Repo, the Genetic Opera, because that is pretty much... I'm not a musical person, I don't like musicals that much, I have never been into them, but something about that movie is just... I really liked it. I like the music, I like the songs in it. Who is your horror movie crush? Ryan Quanten in, what the hell's the name of that movie? Dead Silence, the one with the creepy puppets. I really liked that movie. That's another underrated movie. And of course I had to pick him because I love him as Jason Stackhouse in True Blood. And then Jensen Ackles in My Bloody Valentine, because I have loved him ever since I started watching Supernatural, so had to put him in there. And then what horror movie character do you feel the most sympathy for? I had to think about this one for a really long time because I was trying to think of like all the movies I've seen, and I came up with Carrie. I have to say Carrie because she wasn't really like a villain, you know, like she didn't ask for telekinesis powers and everything, so I'm just gonna say her. And that is everything. So I'm not gonna tag anyone specifically because whenever I do, people usually don't do it anyway, so if you haven't done this tag yet, this one was really fun, especially if you're into horror movies. So upload it and let me know so I can watch it, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you in my next video.
Don't get scared, take a chance. Don't let it slip through your hands. Love will save you.